Hi there. Hope you're having the best day. I have started a new productivity journal called The Best Self. There's not anything on it, but it's called The Best Self. And you essentially decide what your 3 goals are that you're going to work towards, and then you put the action steps in order to attain them. And then every day you keep yourself accountable to a schedule and how you use your time. And it really inspired me to think about how time has become America's favorite excuse as to why they don't focus on their health. First off, time is our greatest equalizer. And Oprah has just the same amount of time in a day that you do. So first and foremost, if Oprah has enough time to find the things that she wants to do, you can too. I promise you. So then what does it become a question of? It's not, is there enough time, but is it a priority and is it a focus? So where I see my clients really excel and do really, really well is when they really take the time to look at what they're doing and decide to make different choices. And when you say this can go about food and health and nutrition and working out or anything in your life, when you say you don't have enough time, you're really saying, I don't know how to use my time. Because if it was a priority to you, you would make the time. You need to schedule this stuff in. And let me tell you, like, if you're sitting around and scrolling on Facebook, you have time. Even if you're watching this video, like, you have time. You have more time than you realize. And when you are super crystal clear about how you use it, things start showing up. So why should you, if you have like this, abundant resource of time and you are in control of it and you get to decide to do what you want when you want, why should you decide to focus on your health? Well, first of all, it will make you happier. And we all are looking for like the pie in the sky. How do we attain happiness? What if the key to happiness was inside of you? Spoiler alert, it is. Everything that is ever going to make you happy is inside of you. By the way, happiness is just a feeling. It's just something inside of you that informs you when you feel like things are right. What is even right, though? Like, what is that? What is that feeling of happiness? That's a totally different video, and I'll do one day. But for today, just like examine, what is happiness? When do I feel it? And when it comes down to, for me, is when I feel happy is when I feel at my best. When I feel like I have gotten a lot accomplished, when I've spent time with my friends and family and people I love, when I've spent time taking care of me, when I've meditated, when I've done yoga, when I've cooked good, healthy meals. Like, this is when I'm happiest. So there's a psychology behind it, but actually the happiness component can be directly linked to food. And we all know like how a really big carb-loaded dinner can make us feel happy in the moment, but not happy in the long term. And it's because there's this huge like microbiome inside of you that's made up of bacteria. We are more bacteria than we are anything else. Do you know that? There's more bacteria cells inside of us than actual human cells. And these bacteria, they are either healthy or they're sick. And the carbs and like really heavy like pastas and breads and processed food and like things like that, that throws the balance off. What supports and feeds the bacteria and supports your gut health are greens. There's a lot of things. There's probiotics, and there's kombucha. There's all these things that feed it, but like the easiest way to make sure that your gut is in check is to feed it greens. So if your gut is happy, your brain is happy, and it's a sustained happiness. It's not this quick fix like a sugar or carb rush. It's a sustained feeling of happiness that you get when you eat right. So, second reason that you should make time for food and nutrition is because it will actually give you more time. So my mom recently, very recently, just a couple of weeks now, has transitioned to a plant-based diet. And she has found that she's sleeping less. Her digestion has improved, and she feels more health and more vitality. So maybe the reason that you feel like you don't have time for your health and nutrition isn't because you don't really have time, but because your body is out of alignment. And so it doesn't have energy. It doesn't have the digestion. It doesn't have like the health that you need to be fully functioning, which will give you more time in your day. Also, like medical bills. Okay, so that's my point number 3, is that I don't have the money to be healthy. And they like buying organic foods and like that. First, when you transition to a more of a plant-based diet, I'm not saying you have to get rid of meat. I'm saying focus more on the vegetables. You're going to save money because meat is really expensive, especially like organic, good, whole source meat, which if people are eating meat, that's, you know, in my opinion, what you should be eating. You should know where your food comes from. And if you're doing that, it's expensive. So it's actually less expensive to just cut that out or cut down and just fill your plate with greens and vegetables and things that are alive. And also it's going to save you money in the long term. So, you know, I spend a ton of money on food. And I love food. I buy kombucha almost every single day. And it's like $3 a bottle. And that's not cheap. And you can make it. I know that. I've made it. It's not the same. I just want someone else to make it for me and for me to enjoy it. And so I have like these like luxury health foods. And, but it's my value. It's what I want to spend money on. So can you spend more money if you go to Whole Foods and, you know, get all the things? For sure, but you don't have to. And if you look at a side-by-side comparison of how you're eating today, and if you were to just cut back or out on the meat and add more plants, you would save money. And then you're also going to save money on healthcare bills because over time, not eating properly and giving your body the things you need, it's going to cause disease. Your body is going to break down because it's fighting all the time. Your body is in flight or fight. And it's fighting. It is fighting. And when you're in a constant state of stress and your body doesn't know the things you're putting inside of it, or you're not consistent with it, or you're depriving your body, or like whatever your thing is, you're going to cause yourself health problems, which is going to cost more money, unless you live in Canada and you have free healthcare. But if you live in the US, like me, you don't, and healthcare is crazy expensive. So save yourself some money, save your future self some money. And vitality, oh my gosh, give yourself some vitality along the way. And lastly, my point number 4, that it's really just a myth of I don't have time to be healthy, is you don't have time not to be healthy, if you are living a life full out. And as an entrepreneur, as someone who truly believes in living your passion and doing something every single day that just lights you up and that gives back into the world in such a greater way, I don't have time not to have time for my health. Did that make sense? Right? I don't have time to not be healthy. Let's put it that way. I have to be healthy because everything that I do, it's so high vibrational. It's so from my heart and from my purpose, and I need to have that energy to be at my best. And when I'm not, I don't show up. I don't show up the way that I know that I can, and it causes a disconnect. It causes me to really like shrink back and to not live full out and not live my purpose. And guess what? So time is the first equalizer. Here's the other equalizer. Everyone is going to die. You're going to die one day. And do you want to just like sit around and halfway enjoy your life? You know, back many years ago, I smoked cigarettes. I know, right? It's so gross. Oh my gosh. But I think it's important to bring up because, you know, I do not have a perfect health history. And that was like the biggest addiction for me. It was crazy. And thankfully, I was able to give it up. And I have such healthy, clean lungs that have no tar or anything in them. And I'm able to breathe such beautiful, fresh Colorado mountain air, and I'm so thankful for it every single day. But it wasn't always the case. And when I smoked, I would tell people, I don't even know where I got this, but I would tell people, I'd be like, oh, well, at least I know how I'm going to die. What? What does that even mean? At least I know how I'm going to die. I like look back on my past self, and I just want to give her a big hug and be like, honey, everyone's going to die. You're not going to control the way that you die if you smoke cigarettes or if you eat a diet that is full of processed junk food. Like everyone's going to die. Like, don't choose your death, but more importantly, choose health, because what you are doing is that you are creating a disconnect of you living your greatest, fullest life by choosing to be sick, by choosing to put things in your body that don't align with it. You will be sick. And so don't like, oh, you know, I choose the way that I'm going to die. Why would you even? We're here to live. We are here to live. We are here to give our gifts. We are here for a purpose. And health and your relationship with your body and food and movement, it supports everything. This is the foundation of everything. So if you don't have time to meal plan and then meal prep, and to take care of your body, or like whatever health and nutrition looks like for you. There's a million ways to do it. But bottom line, if you're not putting the right things in your body, you're not going to perform. You're not going to be where you want. You're probably going to end up spending more money. You have all of these negative things. You're going to lose time. You're going to lose time both on your life, both in your productivity, everything. Everything comes from health. Your entire world starts and ends here. So I think that it's really super important that you readjust your priorities, because as we said at the beginning, you know, everyone has the same amount of time. What is the equalizer? Time. You get to decide. This is a calling to empower you. Eat the right foods. Your body deserves it. You coming here and being on this earth and giving your gift, you deserve it. Be at your very, very best, and your life and your abundance is just going to magnify. Oh, so awesome. I'll talk to you guys later.